Romance movies have captivated audiences with their warm stories, heartbreaking moments, and happy endings. Come along as we take a trip through the evolution of romance films. Hey everyone, I'm Deana Popham. I'm a film and video student at Full Sail University. I'm going to take you on a journey through the evolution of the romance genre. Let's begin the evolution with A Kiss, released in 1896, and it's considered the first depiction of on-screen romance. In 1929, the stock market crashed, causing a major economic decline, leading to the Great Depression. During this time, people turned to movies to escape life's difficult realities, and this is considered the beginning of Hollywood's success. In the late 1920s, movies with sound, known as talkies, were introduced, marking the film industry's transition into what is now called Hollywood. It led to films like It Happened One Night, defining the romance comedy genre.
I'll stop a car and I won't use my thumb.
The movie's witty banter set the stage for future romantic comedies. One of the era's most iconic romantic films, also known for one of the most famous quotes in movie history.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
The golden age of television greatly impacted the entire movie industry. The decline in movie theater attendance led the studios to make fewer films of higher quality, but of course, more expensive. The release of Playboy challenged traditional views of women's sexuality and how they were portrayed in films. This led to films like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, which featured iconic performances by Jane Russell and Marilyn Monroe as empowered women, making a progressive shift for women in 1950s cinema. And the million-dollar question remains, do gentlemen really prefer blondes? The 60s and 70s, also known as New Hollywood, with the rise of counterculture and the revised production code, which was implemented in 1966 by the newly appointed president of the Motion Picture Association, Jack Valenti. With the changing times in American culture and society, films like The Graduate, released in 1967, were considered groundbreaking due to their new style of filmmaking and the sexual revolution.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
The 1980s, known as the rise of teen romances, made films more relatable and appealing to a wider audience, setting a benchmark for future filmmakers. During this era, movies like 16 Candles, released in 1984, brought a fresh perspective by mixing humor with the anxiety and excitement of teenage life. And one of my all-time favorites, Dirty Dancing, released in 1987. This film became a phenomenon. The movie addressed taboo topics like abortion and social disparities, bridging that generational gap, leaving a lasting cultural legacy with an unforgettable soundtrack. The 1990s, also known as the golden age of the rom-com. Films like Pretty Woman, released in 1990, impacted society through its depiction of self-discovery, witty scripts, and an optimistic, happy ending. The 2000s marked an exciting period for romantic films, embracing more realistic, complicated, and sometimes even flawed relationships. The Notebook, released in 2004, is a landmark film that significantly impacted the romantic genre and touched on themes like the power of memory and how true love can overcome obstacles.
It wasn't over. Still isn't over.
Looking ahead, romantic films will continue to evolve, reflecting the changing dynamics of relationships and society. We can expect to see a wider range of love stories on screen. Also, social media and the internet have made a huge impact on modern romantic films, influencing how love stories are told and understood.